They have developed a Montessori branding webinar that they want to deliver for free.
Oh.
And they wondered if we would be the ones to push it out there.
Nice.
So, yeah, I'm going to be sending it to you because who knows, it might just be the ticket because we're searching for that, aren't we?
Yes.
A way to just get this
come
moving.
together.
I know.
Yeah.
I think it was good that the group went to the Hill and talked to Congress people.
I was there.
Were you there? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so glad.
We got to see 3
Good.
legislators.
The thing that bothers me the most right now is that America is the only country on the planet that hasn't signed the Human Rights Accord. And I feel like we've got to urge Congress to put that in and get it passed.
Yeah.
How embarrassing.
I know.
That we don't have
We
it.
are the only one. And we should be
leading it.
all of that.
Yes.
Yes.
And the rights of the child is part of that. It just, it just makes me hurt. Maybe in a couple years when we're clear, we can start pushing that.
Not with this president.
No, not with this president. I was so excited about the opportunity for the Democrats to come in.
Yeah.
Because my father his whole career was in state government in Minnesota. Mm-hmm. So Tim Walz coming in, I had the whole thing rehearsed.
Aww.
I was going to bring him the dignity book.
Yeah.
And sit down with him and tell him about my dad.
Yeah.
Because, I just wanted to tell the story. My dad did this incredible amount of change in Minnesota. Now that's all lost. That's what happens when a strong leader leaves.
Yes.
But he did restorative justice with the prison systems.
Wow.
He brought the victims and perpetrators together. And this was a huge Minnesota thing. And I was in high school, so I got to witness. He let me be part of seeing what they were doing and get interested in restorative justice.
That is amazing.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
He hired a huge team from the University of Minnesota of social workers who knew how to do this.
Wow.
And to heal the terrible things that had happened. It was amazing.
You have seen so many things.
Well, I'm old.
No, you're not old. You're experienced.
Yes, I am.
Is how I see it. But you honestly have seen Montessori movement
I have.
grow
Yes.
over time.
Yes.
What do you think are some of the good and the negative things that you've seen just within Montessori?
Well, positively, I think that those that are aligned with the mission and with the philosophy and moving into the pedagogy have found their place in the world. They've been given an opportunity to live a life that is an aid to life. And the disadvantages are that it's so frustrating that people don't select that. And it's just 100 years we haven't been able to talk people into going Montessori as an alternative to the factory model. And we know the factory model isn't working.
Does not work.
And it's not an aid to the life of a human being.
Mm-hmm. So, and it's also not open to variety. I mean, we're not out there with all of the children, right?
There isn't an openness to being innovative and to trying things. There is a rigidity that can be a difficulty, and depending on your training and where you are and all that kind of thing. But most philosophical and pedagogical work tends to have a pro and con, and tends to have a rigidity or not, and so it's understandable that that has happened for Montessori in some cases as well.
Yeah.
But when you read her work once again, you're talking about today.
Yeah.
It's humanity on this planet. We're all trying to promote and aid to life in all of its ways.
Yes. Yes.
And now we're being threatened with climate situations and all of these things. We can see it and know it, but we're not raising our children to completely move toward taking care of us. Yeah.
So if you could change just one thing, magic wand, change it, what would you do?
I would look at the adolescent and university systems in our country and around the world that could begin moving the next generation into this area.
Yeah.
Yes,
Do you think we're losing?
We're losing that opportunity.
Yeah.
So a whole other generation's going to come through buying into having to get a job and pass a test and all that kind of thing. And yes, we're raising these young people. I think one of the highlights would be to start telling the story of the outcomes.
Yes.
I mean, when I look at my 15-year-old granddaughter, she's an outcome of Montessori starting at 14 months.
Yeah.
She produced an op-ed on the fact that the state of Washington, this is not for the video, but the state of Washington had passed a law that the indigenous reservations could not fish for salmon. And that's what they lived on.
Yeah.
And she wrote an op-ed against it. She did all the, 15 years old, did all the research and got it published in the newspaper in Seattle.
That's amazing.
And then they presented a new law and reversed what they had done.
Really?
Yes. I mean,
15 years
15
old.
years old.
And a Montessori child her entire
Her
life.
entire life, 14 months old. It's just, when you see what the outcomes are, and we're not telling those stories.
No, we're not.
Yeah. There's a dad that contacted me a couple years ago, text message, who lives in Washington and was a dad in my school, and his child's entire journey was to integrate him into our program with neurodiversity. He was autistic and also very intellectually high. His dad wrote to me and said that he's now living in Eastern Europe, married a woman from Mexico, had a baby, and he just sold his internet system to a vendor for $3.7 million.
That's so amazing.
Isn't that cool?
Yes.
It's like, Nicholas made it. And we worked so hard with him to get him to come forward in his life.
That's a true story
It's
of
a true
every
story.
child has the potential, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your work-
those stories aren't being told.
No, they're not. And so, but your work with whole school leadership
Yes.
and the dignity movement,
Yes.
how's that going?
That's going expansively well because it's the antidote to all the hatred and terrible stuff that's going on. And people hear about it and realize, oh yes, this is my birthright. This is what I am born
I deserve
to
it.
have this. And yes, respect is really important, and respecting our dignity is, but respect is earned.
Yes.
Your birthright is your birthright. Every human on earth is born with dignity. And once you know that, you begin to say, well, how do I bring this to my family? How do I bring this to my school? And it's starting to soar. Because people are so needing to feel like there's a way to look at life differently than what's happening right now on our planet. Full of so much hatred and violence.
And Montessori movement's all about teaching peace and love and respect, right?
Yes, it
Yeah.
is. So this is giving it so much strength. So we joined and partnered our Montessori 46 organizations, the UMC, United Montessori Community. We've now joined Global Dignity. That's a nonprofit that's worldwide. It was formed 20 years ago by Crown Prince Haakon and his two friends who went to the World Economic Summit in Switzerland and looked around and said, what could we do to bring peace to the world? And they formed Global Dignity. Global Dignity, we just partnered with them, and it is now in 80 countries.
What?
80 countries. And how we found out about it was Donna Hicks contacted us and said, Kathy, I can't believe this. It's not in America. So she put us with the board, and we built the MOU, and all of our organizations are now part of Global Dignity.
Yeah.
And we just have to get it out there now because it just happened. And we asked her if she knew someone non-denominational who could be our country ambassador, and she said, oh, I got the perfect person. Her name is Megan Saxelby, and she's awesome.
Yeah.
And she's been working with Donna for like 12, 15 years. And she's representing us internationally. So this just happened, but we're gonna start communicating it with everybody.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's in 80 countries, and so much humanitarian work is being done through it. Yeah, it's starting to take hold around the world, and AMI's board chair, Alan Shuden, he teaches dignity at the two universities, and is getting it going, of course, in South Africa as well.
So are you seeing it
growth.
gaining momentum in the United States too?
Yes.
Good.
Everywhere you talk about it, it's like, oh yes, I want to join this.
Yeah.
I want this in my school. I want this in my home. I want to, and then the next thing happens is they want to take it to their workplace. So there's a huge growing movement now in the workplace. It's gone to the University of Utah sponsored Dignity Index.
Oh.
And that's a ruler of 8 spots, with one being the most contemptuous language used in society, and 8 being the richest, most representing dignity.
Dignity.
And the workplaces are loving it. They're picking it up. And Donna Hicks just did a presentation, or she's going to do a presentation for the Governors Association across the U.S. All the governors.
Yeah, they get together here in
Yes,
D.C.,
they
right?
do. Yes. So just think of that. As they start moving into that work, they just need to hear about it, and they'll want it in their state.
Yeah.
So I just feel
That's
like
so amazing.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
I feel like it's the answer.
Yeah.
And it's so aligned with Montessori in so many ways. It's just totally us.
Us. Yep.
Yeah.
And I think it's fabulous what you're doing with the whole school leadership and bringing that to the forefront.
It's so wonderful. We were just starting out. We started 10 years ago, and we were doing a module on culture, healthy culture for staff, and had 2 wonderful books. And I have a colleague who's at the graduate school at the University of Seattle. She's a wonderful human being, and Dr. Pamela Taylor. And I contacted her and said, what do you know that would help us with the cultural module? And she said, oh, I just got back from Costa Rica's Peace University, and I heard Donna Hicks speak.
Yeah.
You should get her book.
And you did, and here we are.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So that changed our lives, literally. That was 6 years ago.
Yeah. Wow.
So it's so great to work with our school leaders on bringing that to their schools.
Yeah.
We had a person in our course who's graduated from it now, who was in Malawi. and her name is Lillian Villanova. Lillian was sent by the UN from Brazil. She had an education and law degrees, and sent to Malawi by United Nations to run their 600-child refugee camp school.
Wow.
50,000 refugees in Malawi. And she was to run the school.
Wow.
And she took our course and she learned about dignity. She wrote a whole curriculum for her school. And then she taught the 8-year-olds how to be the ambassadors of indignity, to teach the other kids.
I love that. That is
It's just like
Yes.
awesome.
That is
so
an
all those
amazing-
8-year-olds are teaching others.
yeah.
And they've trained to do that. And they know
I can just imagine an 8-year-old coming up to an adult and said, I know about dignity.
Yes.
That
Would
is
you
my
like to
birthright.
learn more?
Yes.
Yeah. So they've now sent her to get her master's in international relations at Duke University. And that's where she is now with her family, her 2 kids and her husband. I'm going to graduate in 2 months, and then she's going to start looking for her next humanitarian work. She hasn't reached that point yet. I talked to Kalinda Bass Barlow about maybe finding a spot for her to, because she's got a year-long visa still active. She can stay in the U.S. for another year. But talk about takes your breath away.
Yeah. Is Kalinda going to?
She said she thinks she knows of a couple people.
Oh, good.
Maybe not AMI USA, but she knows some contacts. And I'm reaching out, trying to find a spot for her for a year so they can stay in this country for a year.
That's nice.
She graduates, I think, the end of April. Yeah.
So much amazing things
it
you're
just
doing, Kathy.
keeps happening.
No, but you make connections. Like you
well-
connected me to Jennifer Brush.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
that was so
and
great.
look,
and
and
here
we
you
have an
have
Amarin.
Oh my gosh! And well, look what you built.
Yeah.
Oh,
so that
I'm
was.
just dying to see it. Oh my
But
gosh!
that's what you're good at. You're great at making people
Thank
connect.
you for that. People
Yeah.
say that about me.
And
I'm
you
a
don't believe it,
connector.
but it's so true.
Well, you get to know people, and you see what
Yeah.
needs to happen.
Yeah. Well, keep up the great work,
Okay.
and thank you
Yeah.
for this. Thank you for your time.
I have to stay well. I'm 80,
Yes.
81.
Well, you don't look it.
And I went to the doctor for my checkup, and the nurse said, "Oh, just flip it. Say you're 18."
Oh. Break.
Isn't that a riot?
That's funny. Just
said, "Oh,
well, you
thanks."
have the energy of an 18-year-old.
There you
so
go. There you go. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
great.
but how wonderful you had built that whole system, and then you could add
It's-
Jennifer Brush's
yeah,
work
and
to
it's
it.
nice
Oh,
to watch
wow.
the generations coming together, and the energy just shifts.
Yes, our society should be intergenerational. We're too siloed.
Yes.
It's really
And we're teaching the
true.
young children about dignity.
Yes. Yes.
You know,
of
and all
Of-
ages,
of
and then
elderly and disadvantaged and disabled.
and our elderlies
Yes.
have so much to teach to our
they
children.
do. They do.
They have so much knowledge.
I
They've gone
know.
through wars. They've
Yes.
gone through.
And in the old days, people grew up that way.
Yeah.
They had intergenerational.
Yeah,
We don't anymore.
I know.
Yeah.
It's nice to watch children
must
like
be.
listen to the stories that the
Oh,
elders are,
wow.
and then they'll go and they'll just be rubbing their hand, not even
Oh,
realizing
neat.
that they're doing
Oh,
that. Yeah,
I
so
love it.
it's great.
Wow.
But thank you
wonderful.
so much.
Well, thank you for what you're doing. It's so incredible. And New Mexico I'm so happy with what's happening with you
Universal
guys.
child
Yeah.
care, and
yes, I'm so
and we got
happy.
Montessori approved.
That just blows me away. I'm so happy.
So
Yeah.
that was amazing.
Yeah.
That was nice. We still have work to do, but I think
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
anything new,
Sure.
things
yeah.
will
But
settle
it
down.
was at the bottom of the barrel, and now it's going to
We're
be
the
at the top.
only one in
the
the
only
world.
one in the U.S. In
Yes.
the U.S. at least.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. But you don't see that in the paper. How come there's no? It just you wish that this good stuff would get out there.
I know. But
Yeah.
thank you, Kathy. Thank you for your time.
Oh, thank
I
you.
love you.
Love you too.